Hello and welcome back everyone, this is LEEIF back at you with another Fortnite tutorial update video. In today's video, we will be covering a number of things, such as Lobber Shield building, the things that I missed out on, as well as some of the amendments and improvements that we have done over the course of the past couple of days. Alright, or weeks maybe. Alright, so let's get right into it guys. So as mentioned in some of the previous videos as well, I've gone ahead and kept this particular bridge built, and over here as we can see we are building in wood, and this over here is going to be sufficient for any kind of lobber issues that you might face over here. Okay, and the way that we've done it also is for easy dismantling, so that once you are basically done with your wave over here, all you gotta do is turn it like so, and the entire piece of the lobber shield is disappearing, which is going to allow you for a lot more leeway to build on all of your other amplifiers. Okay, one other quick point of note as well, we've gone ahead and redone how we have worked on this particular lobber shield as well. As you will notice, the wall off over here pretty much remains the same, more or less. Yeah, we still have all of the blockages over here. However, as you see over here, there are some critical changes that have been made to cut down on a lot of structure limit. Okay, so for one, over here we do have an open box. This is where we used to accommodate a particular spawn over there. I need to go ahead and show you guys how that particular part works. So over here we do have a what we like to call a slightly more rare hill spawn. And over here, you'll notice that we actually do have a little wall off. We have a little wall off going on over here. One slant, two slants, as well as two walls. And this is actually sufficient to be able to deal with any of the spawns that spawn in from here, as the husk will simply walk down and re-enter the funnel sequence from here. Okay, so over here we do also have another little block off happening. Just one wall will do. Alright, and then over here, pretty much still the same. We have not really changed too much with the wall launcher over here. However, I've gone ahead and walled off this particular portion over here with layers of walls. And you will notice now that there's a little slight amendment because of how the floating traps have been removed. Okay, I no longer have this wall over here to prevent my my wall launcher from going off and shooting us in the wrong direction. Okay, so yeah, we do actually have a 2x1 funnel sequence right here. One of these wall launchers is going to send them across to the left side. This one is going to shoot them backwards. Alright. We do have 3 of these gas traps going on over here. We also do have some wall launchers. Now, in terms of what we have done with our wall launchers over here as well, I've gone ahead and placed a 4 impact wall launcher over here, as well as a 3 impact wall launcher over here. The reason being, I want the more consistent launcher to be firing more husks into the pit, and this wall launcher over here is going to send them backwards to where they came from. Okay. So in the previous build that we were using in the previous update video, with the wall over here, I was encountering quite a fair bit of smasher unrest. Yeah, because it might have been because of the floating trap, it might be because of the wall over there, I don't know, but either way, once I've removed this wall, things were working a lot smoother. Okay. So a lot of slowing floor spikes going on over here. We do have the wall darts as usual. We have a tar pit over here, and this part over here is pretty much same old, same old. Now, you might be wondering to me, Allura, you know, this build looks very basic. You know, is this going to be able to pull off? Well, it works well for wave 1, right? But you guys might be wondering, oh, well, how about wave 8? How about wave 15? You know, how about wave 20 plus? Now, at least for wave 15 tends to be a little bit more of a tricky wave because it's what we like to call the miss pod wave. Now, if the miss pod is going to spawn, it generally spawns, you know, hopefully, you want to hope, yeah, and the miss pod spawn in some decent locations, you know, they don't really scuff your build. Sometimes they might spawn like over here by the stairs as well, but that's also the reason why we have some multiple layers going on over here. In the event that one of these accidentally gets broken by a mispod, you know, you're going to be able to deal with them. But one of the main things about fighting against Krampuses is that Krampuses have a very high, much higher impact guard resistance, it seems. Yeah, they're a little bit tougher. They're like super smashers, you know. So this particular build actually is going to be sufficient. It's actually going to be sufficient. And how do I know that? It's because I've been actually testing this solo in a 4-player difficulty setting, just to really stress test these funnels. And needless to say that we have managed to successfully pull it off as well. Some backup contingencies: if things go bad, you can always just rig up a couple of floor launchers over here and you can basically call it a day. Alright, so remember guys, there is a lobber shield over here that you want if you get hit on any wave other than wave 1. Okay, other than wave 1, you might want to throw down a little lobber shield going on over there. Alright, so next amplifier. Let's go ahead and take a look at amplifier C. Now, the last time we touched on amplifier C, you guys might have noticed, hey, you know, Allura, that's a very huge amount of build that you have going on over there. What do we have going on now? Alright, so you might be wondering also, guys, how is Allura affording all of this stuff? Now, I'm gonna hit and I've been really trying, guys, okay? As much as I hate to admit, you know, but this wall off over here, we've gone ahead and reverted to the wall off. I'm trying to make this work. I know I've had many people come by and tell me, you know, hey Allura, you know, I don't ever get any issues with the wall off over here. You know, I have been having some intermittent issues here and there, been trying some various things, you know, to try and block off all the husks over here. Generally speaking, from anywhere between wave 1 to 20, you know, this particular area is perfectly fine. The one that I generally have a bit more issue with is on the final wave. Sometimes I do get a couple of laser boys, you know, or some of the much later waves like wave 20 something, yeah, wave 20 something. I might get a couple of you know, blasters trying to punch the way through here, lobbers maybe, and stuff like that. And maybe it's because of the way we built inside here. I've been trying a bunch of different ways. Hopefully this is going to work out, but just to update you guys on what I have going on right now, this still has to be tested. Okay, we do have some block offs over here. Apparently, I'm also being told things like, hey, Allura, if you try to put all of these additional stair pieces over here, it might have the husks interpret, you know, as one of these being an opportunity for them to be able to walk up onto the stairs and onto the platform to toss their stuff into the base, right? So maybe there's some truth in that, I don't know. So I've just gone ahead and tried to block it all off as best as I can, alright, with all of these walls over here, and leaving it as open boxes. Now, we also have gone ahead and done a little additional block off going on over here. So this particular portion over here is a favorite area for the lobbers and flingers. Yeah, they really like to come to this particular part when you wall it off like that. So this particular wall, I'm going to mark it right here, okay, is the one that is usually the object of their obsession. They like to really punch through to get to that wall over there and go on top. So because of this reasoning, we have gone ahead and placed a bunch of additional pyramid pieces. We've gone ahead and placed another floor piece over here, and we've just gone ahead and just really let's block this entire area off. Yeah, I don't really know exactly how many layers of block off you want. What I do know is that I don't want husks here. Okay, if we're going to utilize a block off over here, I really don't want husks here. I've also gone ahead and put a secondary. This is more like a additional failsafe because I'm just that paranoid. I really don't want any of these you know, flingers and lobbers to try and punch through over here. And as a result, I've also gone ahead and placed another wall launcher over here with some additional wall offs as well. Maybe a bit excessive, you know. If you guys have any you know, ways that you would suggest for me to try this out as well, feel free to let me know. I am 100% all ears. Okay, so yeah, this particular portion over here for amplifier C, not too much difference. I've gone ahead and cut down on a couple of tiles. So what tiles did I exactly cut out? So previously we actually did have some of these what we would like to call timeout rooms going on over here. So the portions that I'm going to highlight over here in wood are basically what used to be timeout rooms over here. Okay, we had our retractables, we had our broadsides going on over here. This is something that I'm wanting to try out. Okay, at the point of the doing of this particular video, you know, I am still trying to what do you call that, fine tune, yeah, all of these builds. You know, I want to make certain areas, certain amplifiers stronger, and for me to be able to do so, I might need to cut back on some of our so-called stronger amplifiers with how much build limit that we're actually using. Okay, so yeah, this is now amplifier C. All of the funnels over here is pretty much the same. Okay, still pretty much the same. However, there is going to be one important thing of note. Right, this particular area down here, we've gone ahead and placed these slightly strange looking setups over here. Alright, as you can see, we have a little sandwich wall going on over here. Maybe wondering what is going on. This is to break the impact guard of the husk. Okay, so generally speaking, when you've come to this particular portion over here, you're going to be dealing with smashes. Alright, you're going to be dealing with smashes because most of the time that's the only thing that's remaining. This is going to stick the smashes over there and shoot them back onto this area down here. The two wall launchers are going to go off, and then it's hopefully going to be able to have this one reset and shoot them back into the funnel. If not, they'll come back here and then just go into a little loop sequence. Alright, and over here, I've gone ahead and cut away a lot of the tiles that you see previously as well. All the floor launchers, all the walls and stuff like that. I've gone ahead and cut them all off because I feel like I might want to actually have a lot more build limit to be able to work with during the wave itself. Generally speaking, when it comes to wave 30, you know, you have a lot more build limit remaining because a lot of the walls and the traps, you know, might have expired. You know, the walls might have been broken down and stuff like that. So wave 30, you generally might have a lot more build limit left over, in which case you can simply just bring out your floor launchers and just chuck them all over the ground like this, and then you should be good to go. Alright, so let me just go ahead and bring all of these back. Next amplifier that we want to touch on after amplifier C, we're going to go ahead and touch on the devil. Now, as always guys, the devil amplifier is, I can pretty much assure you guys, it is going to be a constant work in progress. Okay, because that amplifier has not been it has not been the easiest. It really hasn't. It's usually giving me a lot of issues. Now, do note that all of these things that I'm currently mentioning to you guys is based off me truly trying to stress test these builds by virtue of having them go through as rigorous of a power level shift as much as possible. And as a result, you know, I usually try these days, you know, when I'm doing these runs on stream, I'm having 4 players join in on me, and once I start the mission, I have the 3 players leave and I try to do everything solo, right? So my tech is going to be seriously, you know, not having the bonuses, and that's going to really put a severe strain on our trap sequences. That way, you know, I hope to be able to deliver you guys some very strong builds, which may not work necessarily, you know, as a solo player. It is scaled for such, but if you guys are playing in a group, you guys should have a much easier time, especially if you're simply looking to clear this run regularly. Okay, so this is kind of how our devil amplifier looks like. You will notice immediately that since our last update video, we've gone ahead and put back a lot of the floor launchers. Yeah, a lot of the tar pits have since been removed and replaced with floor launchers. Now this particular area right here is pretty different. Yeah, it's actually pretty different now. A lot of the stairs over here, we are trying all of these things out. Like I said, you know, at this point, I really don't know what else to to say other than you know, if you guys want to have a more stable, functional build, but maybe less effective, you know, you guys can go back to the previous builds in the previous build video. But I'll just let you guys know what we have going on right now. This, for me, alright, has been able to work for me at least up to wave 20 solo against 4 players. Alright, I'm still trying to fine tune this, you know, to be able to basically I'm trying to get all of these funnels to work, basically having the player able to AFK. Right, the player with minimal interference is able to AFK the wave because the funnels are doing such a fantastic job. So as of right now, it's not where I want it to be. It's probably going to take a long time for that to happen, but yeah, this is what we have right now. So just quick couple of updates. Remove some of the floors over here. Right, added a bunch of gas traps going on over here. Removed the wall lights as well and put a whole lot of wall darts instead. I'm hoping with this change, you know, it is going to be able to have a much more stable side over here, because I noticed that sometimes, you know, with the wall lights, when the husk gets staggered by them, they tend to get pushed a little bit more towards the side over here, and that is usually not a very good thing. It might actually cause some of these, you know, ceiling pieces to get punched out, you know, and I really don't like it. I just really dislike it when all of the walls start getting punched, you know. It basically lets me feel like you know, our funnel sequences are not actually working very well, and that there are pathing issues happening, so that's not ideal. All right, so other than that, this particular area here exactly the same. Alright, I've also gone ahead and tried a couple of different builds, but I feel like this one is going to be, I've gone back to using these timeout rooms over here. I feel like they're much more effective. Alright, so additional change over here. I have this, honestly speaking, for you guys, not necessary. Okay, I'm just going to do a very quick run by over here, you know, for those who are perhaps a little bit curious. I'm just going to show you very briefly. Okay, because like I said, you know, all of these builds right now, they are really more for advanced players who want to sweat it out, as I have been showing you guys a little sneak preview as well. For those of you who might be interested in doing what we like to call achievement runs, yeah, you want to be able to solo the hardest content, you want to do it, you know, when put yourself through the grinder, then maybe this builds might be for you. If not, simply refer to our previous videos, use the simpler builds, you know, those are going to be effective. Alright, so one of the most important things that I really have to touch on as well, I know that it's been taking quite a while for me to get there, but I am almost there, guys. We're almost there. Okay, so in our previous video, this is something that I actually really should have pointed out first, but never mind, we're here now, so that's the important thing. Okay, in our previous video, I completely neglected to mention this portion over here. Okay, this is a very crucial wall off. Some of you guys in the comment section might was already telling me, and immediately upon seeing it, I was like, oh no, I completely forgot to talk about this side. I talked about the wall loss on the other side over there, but I completely forgot about this side over here. So this portion over here, crucial. Please take note, guys. You will have a lot of lobber issues or flinger issues if you do not close off this side over here. Okay, so very quickly, let's go ahead and see where we were talking about this mistake area over here. So I talked about these 4 wall launches over here, right? 4 wall launches over here, as well as the lobber shield secondary protection over there. Now, once we go ahead and look over to this side over here, this is the crucial block off. So if you're looking over here, we have 2 walls. Alright, we have 2 walls followed by accompanying stairs behind. Alright, accompanying stairs 1 and 2. Okay, so this is like a little sandwich block off, if you will. We have another wall off going on behind over here, as we can see, and yet another sandwich block off over here. Okay, so in total we have 2 tiles of sandwich block off, and a 3rd tile over here forming a little L-shaped sandwich. Okay, and with this in play, this is going to help prevent those lobbers or flingers rather from trying to punch into your base and punch into this area here and fling into your base. Okay, additionally, you also want to place some of these tiles over here where I am marking this particular piece right here. Okay, we have a sandwich, yet again, 1 more sandwich with the slanted wall and a flat wall off. Over here we have counting 2 of these walls right here. Okay, 1 flat wall, 2 flat walls. Alright, and this is going to be sufficient for you to be able to not deal with lobbers. Okay, as always, guys, you know, these particular block offs over here is what we have. If you guys feel like there's something else that you can actually do without, you know, some tiles that can be cut as well, feel free to go ahead and let us know. I do need to do a little shout out for all of you guys. You know, a lot of you have been very helpful as well as informative. So thank you for letting me know and for giving me the reminders as well, and also suggestions on what we can also cut. Unfortunately, I really need to take some time to go through all of these messages and to take a quick summary and improve on all of these improvements that need to be done. Okay, so there's a little block off over here. I can't remember if I mentioned it previously, but for safety reasons, I'm just going to mention it anyway. Okay, so 2 block offs over here. All right, wall, block, and all of these kinds of block offs are essentially to help prevent lobbers. Not lobbers particularly, but flingers. Flingers are usually the one that will really walk to the ends of the earth, to try and find an angle to toss into your base. They are just very cruel that way. Alright, so that's the critical one that I wanted to point out to you guys. Okay, and I think this basically covers it for the update video. There are a lot of other little, not really little, but some bunch of additional changes that have been made as well. But honestly speaking, I really do not feel like they are what we like to call necessary. Okay, I'll just do a couple of highlights here and there. So in terms of how we have some of these funnels going on, a lot of these are under testing. But for those of you who are continuing to watch this video, it means that you're interested enough to want to try out some of these further not really optimization feels like it's a cutting down. This feels like more of an embellishment than anything else. But like I said, these are more for the higher challenges. These are for the higher challenges that you might want to try. Okay, so anyway, what we've basically gone here is that we actually have what we like to call a little smasher timeouts, and they are primarily just to deal with smashes. Okay, we're having the tar pit stick them about, and once they're being stuck, they're then going to get flung into this area right here, get sandwiched by wall and floors, and then over here we have a 5x floor launcher. This is the devil amplifier. Okay, couple of things over here. We are just going to keep the same, this part over here, same and same. Over here, like I mentioned over there, we have a lot of things that were being cut out as well. We've gone ahead and fixed the sides over here. I really am not too sure if this is going to be working as well. I'm just trying to minimize or reduce to the point of it never happening. I don't want any of these areas to get hit by HUS. So this is exactly how we have going on right now. Okay, so once again guys, if you are wanting to, if you feel a bit more comfortable, use the older builds. If not, you can try out some of these new builds. Over here, we've also gone ahead and extended our smasher elevated timeout room over here. Is just a lot more space for us to be working with, and that's going to help us allow the smashes to get stuck for even more. I've even gone ahead and added another tar pit over here, so that all of the smashes that somehow managed to survive this particular area over here with all the 5x impact floor launches, they're all going to get stuck over here to this portion, and they're going to get stuck on this tar pit over here and sent into further timeout rooms over there. So all of this, like I said, are going to be looking quite excessive. Do what you will if you like. I'm just going to show you a little preview. I'm not going to go too much into detail as well. I don't want to bore you guys to death with all of the insane amount of stuff that I have been going through to try and add all of these additional changes. Alright, so I think with that guys, I am probably going to leave you guys with yet another little sneaky preview. Okay, so over there we have our lava amplifier. As you guys can see, there's quite a lot going on. This is completely different from from many of the different versions of the lava amplifier that I've been utilizing as well. But this particular build over here, once I get to work with some of the kinks that I need to fix up, if I deal with those, it's hopefully going to be as good as some of the other amplifiers where you're basically going to be able to completely AFK it. You place your base, you stand in a safe spot, and you dance, and everything dies. That's the goal, alright? So when it's ready, guys, I'll put out another video. So once again, like I was mentioning, I do have a quick little preview for you guys, another little leak, if you will. So yes, in our previous video, I was showing you guys a little highlight of what we have going on over here. So I'm just going to pull onto the screen over here some of the additional stuff. I'm going to show you guys the very first time you guys are going to see some tier 2 achievements. Okay, yes, you can see this document over here is quite extensive. There's a lot more stuff I'm not showing you guys yet. They are still under construction. Yeah, some very heavy coding is going on right now. Capson from Fortnite DB has been going for 11, 12-hour shifts, 13 hours, you know, just coding all day, all night, you know, to try and get all of this ready. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna do a very quick little sneak peek for you guys over here. So essentially what's going on is that we are going to be hopefully trying to bring a new way to play for you guys when you're doing your endurance modes. Yeah, not just focusing on clearing it, but also to do additional things while playing this endurance mode. Alright, so as you can see, all of these are little achievements. They have points tied to them as well, and as we go down the list, it gets harder and harder. And as you guys might have already noticed, hey, look at that. We are actually going to try to include also titles for you guys. After you are able to complete all of these challenges, when you've completed all of the challenges in a particular segment, you will be rewarded with a title which you can then proudly display on your Fortnite DB account. Alright, so like I said, you know, all of these things I am hoping really, okay, with all of these things that we're working on right now, we really are hoping that perhaps someday, you know, right now we're doing it as a community event, but perhaps someday, if we ever do get to that point, maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to have some of these stuff within the game itself. With that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Alright, take care, guys, and bye-bye now.